From Wayward Social in Marshalltown, this is Bobcat Live.
Welcome into Bobcat Live here tonight at Rosie's inside of Wayward. And man alive, 9 weeks have come, and they're about to go. It's the end of the season. It sprints on us every year.
It's wild. It really is.
Yeah.
I was just talking to some guys today about that and some memories, and there's just some things that happened early on in the year, and it's like, man, that seems like it was so long ago, but at the same time, it's so fast.
Yeah, so you look at that last week, Waterloo West traveled up there, did not come out the Cats' ways. As you've looked over this last 4-week stretch, you look at Kennedy. Kennedy was kind of a wash, but you look at the Waukee game, specifically that DCG game, and Waterloo West. What have you really seen looking back at that segment of the things that you've seen yourself grow in and maybe some of the miscues that didn't result in victories?
Yeah, I think some of the miscues, just stepping on our own feet, turning the ball over like that in bad scenarios, things like that. But I think from a positive side and a good takeaway that our kids, I'm hopeful that they can take away is just the resilience that it takes to be successful and experience success and in showing that consistently. You can't be inconsistent with your work ethic and your mental. Just being locked in, ready to roll, and I'm really hopeful that our kids are able to learn from these. If we're not, we're getting worse. So, we're on them all the time about it. So, that's kind of the biggest thing that I've seen over the past few weeks.
And one of the things that you've seen over the year, we've talked about this quite a bit, but one thing that I noticed this year in this segment, aside from the Kennedy game, is there were points when that in the past where competition would step up, where offense would really sputter. This year you've seen some ability to move the football against high-level competition. Looking at end of year 2, we were talking off air that off season is actually busier for you. As you're wrapping up year 2, what are some things in that run game that you think, we can even stack upon that more in the future?
I just think, at this point in time, really sharpening up, what we've got installed right now. I think we can look at, we will this offseason look at our personnel returning and, dig deeper into our offense and what we feel that our kids can do well and really study that and then study each game by game and look at our numbers and see our, put together our efficiency charts on both sides of the ball and just continue to grow and continue to build.
Walk us through a little bit those efficiency charts. So just for people at home, you're looking at what player, and play called effectiveness.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into it. We'll list out all of our formations and then list out every single play, and then we're going to count how many times we ran each play out of each formation, and then an efficient play, 4 yards plus, 4+ yards, might be 5. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at that, but I'll get back into that soon. But we consider those efficient, and we'll get a percentage next to those, and then see what worked well, and if we need to eliminate something, a scheme here or there, and then you got to take that into consideration again, like with your personnel coming back, and just really do a deep dive on ourselves. We'll have other programs that we don't play, scout us and tell us how they would do that, and just complete self-study.
Yeah, so it's not just rolling out the football for 3 months out of the year. So your reward for a long season is, number 1, Dowling Catholic comes into town. And you're looking at that, it seems like Dowling taking a step back is not like anybody. It's like they may have lost multiple games in the year, but this is a program that has talent everywhere. They sit at 7-1. Their first game they lost to Valley 20-19. Otherwise, they've taken some good teams to the woodshed. What jumps off the film to you guys?
I think it's obvious that they're extremely well coached, and that's. Hey, Coach Wilson's been there for a while and has coached a lot of really good teams and has a culture in place, and it's something that a lot of kids in that area want to
Right.
be a part of. And
Yeah.
it's the way we look at it is it's a great opportunity for our kids to go out there and compete with one of the better teams in our state, and be physical, be tough, be sharp. We want to be playing our best football this time of the year, and I think we can do a lot of good things. And Coach Winkler always tells us it doesn't matter if we're going to go play the New England Patriots, where we're going into each game and with an expectation of winning. So.
Well, and the last time you played Dowling was October of 20, and remembering that game was 7-0 with like 2 minutes to go in the half, and a couple big plays, broken plays over top, made it 21.5, ended up being 42-0. But really looking at the ball control offense, the old adage is, make sure every drive ends with a kick. If it's a punt or extra point or a field goal, how important is it to be able to control the clock and end the drive with a kick?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can limit the amount of plays that good football teams are able to run, I think that's a positive. Yeah. We want to be extremely efficient, take care of the ball, and when opportunities come, take advantage of them. We're not going to be mad. We're not going to be mad if we score too quick. I know we've talked about that a little bit, but that's always the goal. But again, we want to be efficient, score the football, and keep the ball away from them.
And we talked a little bit the talent on the offensive line. Sophomore Carter Barrett already has offers from about everybody. Everybody that has a chance at the CFP, he probably has an offer from, along with Evan Mitchell, gets invited to camps everywhere. But a couple names on the outside. UNI commit Sam Drexler, and Iowa State commit Jeremy Roberts, who we saw at Ames last year. They give themselves some really big talent on the outside. How do you look to kind of slow down those wideouts?
Well, it's obviously going to be a challenge. I think, first and foremost, it starts in your own head. Our kids have got to have confidence and play with the chip on your shoulder and, really just be more physical and tougher. Yeah. Those are some things that you can control, your effort, how focused and locked in you are prior to a play being started. And those things are necessary to give you a chance to win plays and be successful. So, it's no secret. Yep. It's going to be a big challenge for us, but it's also going to be a fun challenge too. Take advantage. That's what we've been telling the kids. Take advantage of this opportunity that you get to play a good team like this and, do it with a chip on your shoulder.
And in unbroadcast podcasts in the KFJB vehicle coming back, we'll talk about, different years. It feels like the step up in competition this year it's been more on the more razor thin about win and loss, coming down to execution pieces. So really having that mindset going in, it feels like you've had that all year long, where it doesn't seem the Cats are scared by anyone. Maybe it's a miss execution here or there, turnover here and there. But one of the biggest things talking to coaches, right before the last game, comes down to is thinking you've had these certain individuals, a lot of seniors in your program for 4 years, and as of Monday, their football career is over. So what do you think when you're going in at senior night? Of course, you have a game, but if you allow yourself to get a little bit out of coach's brain for tomorrow playbook and to your seniors, what goes through your mind for them?
It's tough because, they hear us talk all the time about, only getting these limited opportunities. There's only so many games you can play. There's no men's league where you can play football. This is it, and it's such an emotional game and a physical game. Yeah. There's nothing else like it, going to battle with your best friends for 9 weeks out of the year guaranteed. And then, you only get 4 years of it. And, but my biggest thing, for our kids in our program is that they're more successful in life because they were part of our program. And that's really not something that we're going to be able to gauge until a few years down the road when these young men are husbands and fathers and, succeeding in life. So, that's my number one goal, and I'm hopeful that we were able to provide, just a small piece in shaping who they are, down the road and in their lives.
And give you a chance to talk about our next guest here real quickly. We've got Jordan Haynes and Logan Hoffman coming up next. What can you say about those two young men?
I think they're both two resilient kids. staples in our program. Jordan right here, I don't think he's missed a single practice meeting, you name it. I do think he was tardy to a primer lift earlier this season, and I was shocked because Jordan Haynes doesn't miss.
Right.
And then Logan obviously battling through adversity a year ago, and just having the ability to believe in himself and the others around him believing in him to rehab and get back out here and give it a shot and compete with his buddies is really special.
Yeah, and it's been a really awesome job. This is a class we've seen all the way through, seen a lot of good things from them, from resiliency, looking at getting better over the last couple years. Again, that's tomorrow night, Dowling Catholic. It is senior night, so come out early. They're going to do a lot of that before the game. Game starts at 7 tomorrow night on KFJB-TV. When we come back, we will talk to the aforementioned seniors, Logan Hoffman and Jordan Haynes, here on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Some say life is like a road trip. Is it a coincidence Scooter's Coffee is a drive-thru? We don't think so. Whether you need a coffee while you enjoy the view, to just get you through the long stretch, or to refuel between stops, Scooter's Coffee is there, brewing up delicious coffee, espresso blenders, smoothies, iced drinks, and more, with the convenience of a drive-thru so you can stay on the road and enjoy the ride. So go ahead, scoot on around. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Scooters in Marshalltown.
Welcome into Bobcat Live. I am joined by seniors Logan Hoffman and Jordan Haynes. Gentlemen, tomorrow night, last time you strap on the helmet, Jordan, What's going through your brain thinking one more night and then this is your time as a Bobcat football player is coming to an end?
Man, right now, really I'm just thinking, go out, play hard, be smart because, again, last time doing it. So I want to give it, 110% all the way through.
How about you, Logan?
What's going through my head? I think we just need to go out there, execute, play our best game we've had all year. I think a big thing with our team is execution. I said we have a great team this year. The thing we got to do is execute and can come out with a win and beat the number one team.
That's always a great opportunity. I think back to it was basketball, but a handful of years ago playing Waukee in districts when they had D1 people everywhere, and outside of a couple maybe missed calls, couple missed shots, that could have been one to shock the world. Might as well just do that tomorrow night. Logan, you had injury, kind of battled injury for a lot of your career, took you out of soccer as well, which is a sport you love. How does it feel being back on the field, healthy and able to do what you want to do your senior year?
Yeah, it's great. It's also nerve-wracking because, you're still out there on the turf. Yeah. It didn't change. So just to get back there and take your chance to be a better player and be a better guy for the team, it's a great opportunity, and I look forward to finishing the season out and moving on through Bobcat sports.
And Jordan, you've made a lot of your impact on the special teams side of the football. And it's always been said, like, really good special teams players have to have a different mindset because you were just sprinting down the field looking to hit somebody. What's your approach coming at it from a special teams player first? Yes, you may come in on defense later in games, but you make your mark in that special teams.
For me, like you said, it's real important because, if you do better on that, then you do better everywhere else.
Yep.
So, in that mindset, you have to be really, really tough on yourself because, one mistake and, it's 7 points for the other team. So, for me, just go out, be hard every time because, again, one mistake and it's bad, and that can change the game.
Yeah. And then, Logan, you've settled in as the punter from coming in, some soccer skills in the background. Has punting been something you've done at different levels coming up?
Yeah, so I've always punted on JV my freshman part of my sophomore year. Punting's always been fairly easy to me because I've always played soccer. It was just about, if you've noticed, I kind of got the form down to get that spiral on it.
Yep.
So last year I'd say I was doing really pretty good at punting, and then the knee kind of took me out and kind of dragged me back. So this year I just didn't give up on the punting spot. It's not necessarily something I was looking for, but then I took my shot a couple of times when some of the guys missed the practices and worked on my form, kept kicking, stayed after practice, and eventually got that form down and got the spot.
Yeah, I remember coming into watching a preseason practice, easy for me to say, and they were doing special teams and just looking on you out there. The one thing that jumped off to me is from footwork just to like form and everything, just the fluidity. You had that locked down. Innocent has a cannon attached to his hip. That thing can go a million miles, but just form and down is something that was really impressive watching you punt. So, Jordan, as you look back, we talked about looking forward to tomorrow night, but if you're looking back, you're 4 years in the Bobcat program, what is something that you're going to take with you from being a Marshalltown football player?
For me, the one thing that I'll keep forever is probably just, being smart in everything you do.
Yep.
Because, one thing you do now can affect you 100 years down the line, 50,
Yep.
So being smart every day, that piece is real important to me.
Yeah. And I think whenever Coach says if you're a person that shows up every day, they always say showing up is half the battle. And it may actually be a lot more than half the battle. Logan, for you, same question.
Definitely being aggressive and hitting, but also coming together as a team. Coming together and being a family is a big part of life as you continue. So having a big group of guys like football, soccer, wrestling, it's all something you come together and you learn how to be a family and you pick each other up. You don't take each other down, which is something you bring with you in the future.
Yeah, it's always great when you have people that are able to build people up because it makes people you want to work with, people you want to hang out with. It just makes a huge difference. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We're going to be on the call tomorrow. You guys are going to be celebrated. I guess one last question. For you guys thinking about senior night, as a parent, I know senior night's a really big deal. For a student athlete, is it more for your parents or is it for you? Jordan, we'll start with you.
For me, I'd say it's fairly both because, you're a senior, it's your last game, you want it to be good because, in the future, it'll mean something to you, if it goes good or bad. So for me, I think it's both.
How about you, Logan?
Kind of like Jordan said, it's kind of for both, but then also for me, it's also a big part for my family because my family was also part of the journey. But also a really big part of it is it can't all be about senior night. You still have a game to play, and you still have to have the team effort and team mindset.
And these guys might be coaches because that was the best coach speak I've heard from a student athlete. When we come back, we're actually going to get to talk basketball. We will be back with Marshalltown boys basketball, talk a little hoops, and we'll get girls basketball in as well, and even some wrestling at the end of the night. When we come back, we'll have more for you here on Bobcat Live.
Brown's Shoe Fit has a great selection of athletic footwear, including Hoka, Brooks, On Cloud, Birkenstock, and Taos. Brown's Shoe Fit can find the right shoe for every occasion for both men and women, including dress shoes, casual shoes, work boots, and more. They carry multiple sizes and widths to ensure the best fit for you. Their expert-friendly staff will take the time to give you the service you deserve. Brown's Shoe Fit, downtown Marshalltown, with you every step of the way.
Fall is officially delicious at your Marshalltown Dairy Queens. Try the all-new Maple Cookie Shake, sweet, creamy, or dive into the ultimate duo, the Oreo Reese's Blizzard Treat. 2 icons, 1 cup, pure magic. Craving pumpkin spice everything? The Pumpkin Pie Blizzard Treat is back, loaded with real pumpkin pie pieces and topped with whipped cream and nutmeg. Or keep the summer vibes going with the Choco Dip Strawberry Blizzard Treat, a vacation in every bite. Hurry in. These fall flavors won't last forever. Happy tastes good at your Marshalltown Dairy Queens.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live. Here I am with a couple seniors that will get to celebrate senior night tomorrow night for football, but we are here to talk basketball here with senior Jacob Hayes along with senior Kyle Smith. We're getting really, really close to basketball season. Kyle, start with you. What's going on in your brain coming into this season, your senior year?
I mean, man, there's a lot of things that, we're wanting to get done. Last year, we didn't have the success we may not have wanted. Won our first sub-state game in a couple years, but, the regular season record wasn't where we wanted it to be. So, just putting the work in the offseason with Jacob and Drake and, everybody on the team, it's been great. And I think we're going to be more prepared and ready to go out and get some more wins this year.
So one of my favorite things when it comes to basketball is players are made April to September. Teams are made October to March. What did you guys do? Start with you, Jacob, from April to September to ensure that you're a better player going into your senior year.
Just kind of staying in the gym. I mean, you can't really take any time off. Even with football, you got to find time to get some shots up, get some dribbling in. And then, over the summer, too, we did workouts and practices all the time for summer league and stuff like that, and that really helped us kind of stick together and keep our chemistry up. So.
And for you, you've played a little bit different, get that corner three going. You're a guy that can hit shots. And it really seemed you more than anyone else, like when it came to wins and losses, you could almost put a win, you were about 8 points or more. A loss, you were down in that maybe 2, maybe didn't get a shot up. What is your big step as a player that you're really trying to focus on going into your senior year?
I would say my confidence and aggressiveness. I mean, I know ultimately Kyle's going to score a lot for us and Drake's going to score a lot for us, but whenever I do get the ball and I have an opportunity, I have to be a little bit more ready to be aggressive and shoot.
Yeah, I think I think you are dead on with that one, being that third one. Plus, you're a person that can hit that shot because Drake's really good at getting to the lane, finding people. Now, Kyle, you're someone, you are going to get a high volume of shots. And because skill, you're going to make quite a few. You're going to score. People are hunting for you every night defensively. As you look to the offseason, what was one area of your game that you really wanted to step up?
Well, I mean, there's been a few things, but I was just trying to be more confident in my handles and trying to get to the line more maybe this year. Last year I didn't get to the line as much as I really wanted to, so getting to the line and just getting that extra couple free throws a game is going to help with the points per game for me. But to be able to go out there and just put points on the board for our team.
And Drake's name's been brought up, starting sophomore point guard. That's always a big thing. He grew throughout that year. I know talking to him, he says he's gotten stronger, gotten more confident. What do you guys see from Drake? And Kyle, we'll start with you. What do you see from Drake in the offseason to get him ready for this second year as a varsity starting point guard?
Yeah, there's been many improvements from Drake. If I'm in the gym, I look to my right, and Drake and Jacob are both in there with me too. So, he's gotten so much better at his handles. We've been, doing a couple shoot-arounds and things like that, and just the way he's moving and his confidence, it just looks a lot better than what it was last year. I think he'll be a lot more comfortable out there this year to go get us some more buckets.
And, Jacob, we'll take you to the other sophomores that got some playing time last year, most namely Jamison Niehaus. What do you see from those others that got, like you guys got a little bit of that sophomore, junior play time, but now being able to get a little bit more? What have you seen from them in the offseason?
I mean, yeah, they've been locked in through the summer and everything, and also in the weight room, getting stronger. And I feel like everyone on the team this year is really good with kind of understanding their roles, way more than last year because we've played together now. So I feel like they've been able to kind of understand what they need to do and have worked on those things and improved in those areas. So,
Jacob, who's a name that probably going to make an impact this year on the court that maybe we don't know, unless they haven't been in the gym with you guys? Maybe it's freshman, sophomore, or maybe a junior, senior that maybe just got better in the offseason. Who's somebody that you think is going to make an impact that may be new for Bobcat fans?
I would say, and you've seen him on football, I would say Talon Halstead is going to be really big for us this year, just being able to go up, play defense, get rebounds. He's not going to have to even score a lot for us, really. He's just going to have to kind of play big, which we haven't really had a big the last couple of years I've been playing. So that's going to be different for us, and I think it'll be good, and I think he'll fit right in.
I have almost thought about, because I do some recruiting tours for some businesses, asking how tall their children are, just to see if we could get a 6'7", 6'8" guy in here, help you guys out. Kyle, you're looking at this season. What is a goal for you? What's the Bobcat team goals really for this year?
We have a few set out, but we're obviously the main goal is to go out there and compete every single game. We want to go out there and we want to know we can win every single game. That's our goal. And then just push each other in practice every day. Have fun and get better. And that's really all we can do is push each other to the limits and just try to get the best we can every single day.
So Jacob, as you're thinking, getting ready for this last season, what's success for you? Looking at this season ahead,
I would say for us, last year we were in a lot of close games and we always kind of ended up, losing at the end. So I feel like our record kind of made us look worse than we were. So I feel like this year a big goal for us would be able to finish the games out, and even just that would just improve our regular season record so much. I mean, we were able to finish out like the Mason City game in Sub-State, and I feel like if we can just finish games, that would be a huge win for us.
Alrighty, I am excited. Hopefully you are as well. Marshalltown boys basketball is just around the corner, but just around the corner in Bobcat Live is girls basketball head coach, Coach Brian Murphy, when we come back on Bobcat Live.
Looking for top-notch eye care close to home? Eye Care Associates, with offices in Marshalltown, Conrad, and Toledo, has proudly served Central Iowa since 1990. Their expert team provides eye exams for all ages, designer frames, contact lens fittings, and treatment for glaucoma, cataracts, and other eye conditions. With advanced technology, a welcoming staff, and convenient online booking, your next visit is easier than ever. Visit VisionSource-MarshalltownEyeCare.com today. Eye Care Associates, your vision is their priority.
Good call tonight, man. You too? You think what I'm thinking? Let's go to Legends for a Bobcat burger.
Hi guys, what are we hungry for today?
I think we're gonna do 2 Bobcat burgers. Whether it's pre-game or post-game.
Or during the game, it's Legends American Grill in Marshalltown. Go to AdletEngraving24.com. That's AdletEngraving24.com and grab your fall sports shirts. Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company, 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Go Cats!
Welcome into Bobcat Live here at Rosie's inside of Wayward Social, and we are back with Coach Brian Murphy. Coach, you've got to be chomping at the bit ready for this year.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's fair to say this is probably the season I'm most looking forward to that I've been looking forward to since I've been the coach here. We've got a great group coming back. We've got a really strong upperclassmen group. So, yeah, we're all excited to finally get out there and see what we can do.
Yeah, it feels like with this senior class, because they've been so important for 4 years, it's like they've almost always been there. But you're talking about being excited for this class. In the freshman year, when we're talking, Millie, Georgia, Kinsley, and the like, they were 3-19. Sophomore year, 6 wins. Last year, 9 wins. What did you do in the off season to say, hey, how can we take that next step from 9 wins, maybe to a winning season? What did the off season look like for that?
Honestly, what we did a lot this off season is trying to hone in on where are the areas that we thrive best. Where even though we had a lot of returners last year, there are still some pieces that felt new. We're kind of figuring out where people fit, and I think this is the first year in a while where we feel like we're walking in with a really clear vision of who we are, what we do well. So, our off season was really focused on how can we feature different people in our offense, because the thing that we're so excited about is with this group of girls, we have so many different skill sets, so many different strengths, that ultimately, we feel like we can really be a very multifaceted offense, depending on the team, depending on matchup. So that was kind of the focus of the offseason, is how can we put all of those players in the best position to succeed and really try to hone in on their strengths.
And I remember last year getting into the season, because the intention was you weren't going to have to really bring or play a lot of freshmen until Amara Johnson's injury, and then Morgan Hildebrand came in, and I thought she gave you a lot of great minutes. So now knowing that Amara's can come back into that point guard role, maybe move Millie off the ball, you have Morgan as well there. You've talked about everyone having different skill sets. What does that look like on the court? What are you looking at?
Ultimately what we're trying to figure out is, when you look at a lot of our girls, we have a lot of unique skill sets and some overlap, right? Where, one of the things I'm really excited about is when you have both Morgan and Kinsley on the floor together, you've got 2 shooters that have to be respected, which then opens things up. Then when things get opened up, those driving lanes for Amara, we've got Millie in the middle, Frankie down low, Georgia on the outside to drive. There's just so many different weapons and combinations that a lot of it is recognizing that when you get in that spot, there's no excuse not to shoot, right? We're going to really put the ball in your hands and expect you to get a shot up, get a drive up. And so we have an unselfish team, and sometimes that can be almost a problem where, we need a little bit of selfishness sometimes, and people looking to score the second they get that opening. So that's really kind of the big part, is recognizing opportunities and hitting early. One of the things we're talking a lot about this offseason, trying to push tempo a little bit, get some easy offense, because we've got a little bit of depth now. We don't feel like we're not going to run ourselves ragged, and we can kind of get some easier offense and maybe get people out of position early, so we're not seeing a set defense every time.
And you notice that when Amara was able to come back at the end of the season, just her ability to push pace and finish. I felt like her freshman year, she was going fast, not always sure which way she was going fast. Last year when she came in, she was a little bit more under control. Now going into her junior year, being able to push pace. One thing I'm interested with, Amara being able to play that one more, feels like Millie can play a little bit more, maybe off the ball as well, and she can kind of she's kind of your Swiss Army knife.
Yep.
What do you look for her senior year?
Millie's somebody that we're really looking to put her in a variety of positions where, like you said, she can come off ball. We've been kind of working some sets on the offense. We're kind of ball in the middle where we've got shooters around, Frankie down low, and it's make the best decision. So certainly there's opportunities there, but honestly, it's going to be really matchup dependent. One of the things that we're also looking at is when Frankie's out, our offense may look completely different, where we might spread the floor and try to be a little bit more free flowing. So certainly Millie's going to play a key role in a variety of ways, and it's something that we're looking forward to. Really trying to look at how many different ways and kind of put somebody in a position to score. And it's a credit to her with really developing her skill set. Where freshman year we were trying to convince her to shoot, and now her mid-range jump shot has become really reliable. Her outside jump shots come a long way, and obviously she can still score at the rim. So she's got a lot of weapons at her disposal, and now it's a lot of it's going to come down to decision making about what's the best shot in each position.
And talking about Frankie in the middle, she is really asset that you have beyond perimeter length. We'll talk to Millie and Georgia later. That's a unique skill set as well. But Millie being that unique power post player, what do you see for her and her maturation from that sophomore to junior year?
I would say the biggest thing that we've been really harping on her all summer is she's got to do her work before the catch.
Yep.
I mean, for somebody as strong as she is, sometimes it seems like she kind of gets stuck where she's trying to score from wherever she is. And we've been telling her, you need to bury people under the basket where people should hate guarding you. So we're going to try to bring some people in. I know we've got a younger Heitman we're going to recruit in and let Frankie beat up on him a little bit just to get used to,
Does
really.
He know?
Yeah, he's excited about it, is what I understand. So,
right,
yeah, but that's really what it comes down to, is recognizing that that strength is something that has to be used before, during, and after an offensive possession, and that's been the thing we've been working on for years, and now it's just recognizing that I've got to start working before I'm even ready to catch the ball, and that's something that comes with that maturity.
And Morgan got a lot of playing time last year as a freshman, and honestly, I think from at least when I've been covering you, probably the most natural three-point shooter that I've definitely seen. What have you seen in her growth over the summer getting ready for her sophomore campaign?
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Morgan is, I mean, she has the ultimate green light where, I mean, if she's open, I tell her and Kinsley all the time, you can miss 6 in a row and you better shoot the 7th one, because, I mean, they are both that good from the outside. And, I mean, I think the thing we're really pushing with Morgan is, I mean, freshman year is tough at the varsity level. So much of it is just learning, having the game slow down a little bit. And I think just trusting her instincts, trusting her ability to create space, to create shots for other people, because it is something she's able to do. It's just a matter of trusting herself to do it. And a lot of it just comes with repetition. I mean, last year we just didn't ask her to do it that often because we had a lot of options. And there may be situations where she winds up handling the ball more than she did last year. But, I mean, we're more than comfortable with her in that position. And, I mean, we know, any team scouting us looking at last year, I mean, she led our team in three-point percentage and makes, which you don't see all that often. So, I mean, certainly teams are going to be flying out at her. And, if she pumps and goes, we trust her to make the right decision on the fly.
And just, you talked about depth. Is there anybody, or maybe you can say the name, or maybe there's a couple people you're thinking about that can add to your depth that maybe didn't play last year?
Yeah, so probably the one that was kind of on the fringe a little bit last year was Mallory. She played JV last year. She got kind of some spot minutes at the very end of games, but she's somebody that has kind of been working her way up, and she's probably somebody I could see stepping in for us and giving us some minutes. I mean, the other thing I do want to shout out is we have a really great freshman class coming in. For the first time since I've been a coach, we were not only going to varsity scrimmages and tournaments, but we had multiple JV tournaments that we were taking basically a freshman group with us. And so having them in as a unit has been big, and it's exciting to have kind of another group coming in that's committed to each other. So that's something, not necessarily an individual there, but just having that group knowing they're coming up, that also adds another practice group in as well. So that's been an exciting development for us as well.
It's been fun to cover these seniors for 4 years, but as a coach and ultimately as a fan, you don't want to have to cover them at the varsity level for 4 years. You want them to be able to get that freshman year, maybe, unless it's just elite talent, but able to get some of that JV experience first. Well, Coach, I'm excited for the year. I know you are as well. We're coming back. We're going to talk to Georgia and Millie. A couple of things about these young ladies as they get ready for their senior year you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing I am really looking forward to with both of them is, I mean, they are not loud individuals. I think back to a few years ago, the first time they were on Bobcat Live, and we're trying to put the mics up as loud as they can, and I can assure you that in the gym, Millie has grown a lot more vocal than she used to be. So I'm looking forward to see that on the mic. But it is really nice to have a really solid group of individuals, not just players, but humans, that you can kind of look at and say, hey, look, we need you to lead. We need you to step up. And certainly Georgia, Millie, and then Kinsley, I mean, that trio provides a lot of strength, a lot of backbone for our group. So, you'll hear coaches say a lot of times a team takes on the identity of its seniors, and I think I'm looking forward to what that looks like because all three of them are going to really push us forward, I think, this year.
Fantastic. When we come back, we will talk to those aforementioned seniors here on Bobcat Live.
Have Van Wyck Wood Builders design and build the storage shed you need. So many different options to choose from. Van Wyck Wood Builders, just 5 miles south of I-80 in Grinnell on Highway 146. Online at vanwyckwoodbuilders.com.
At Lennox Employees Credit Union, we take care of you like family. We're all about personal service, going above and beyond for our members. Whether it's home, auto, or other financial services, we're here for you. Take advantage of our always low interest rates or exclusive perks being a member can bring. Unlike others within personal services, at Lennox Employees Credit Union, we're all about that personal service. We find great joy meeting with our members to discuss their financial needs or big dreams. It's easy to become a member. Stop in today. Lennox Employees Credit Union, a family place.
Welcome into Bobcat Live, here with seniors Georgia Jansen and Millie Heitman with the Marshalltown girls basketball team. Georgia, I had to introduce myself because you say you don't know when it's Brandon or me. I am Dylan. And Georgia, you know, you don't talk a lot, but you were more quoted in any KFJB thing ever. And it's when we asked you how soccer season was going to be a couple years ago, and you said, we'll have fun. That's my favorite thing, I think, in the history of Bobcat Live. So you own that. Millie, coming into your senior year, you've had a lot of positives. You had some injuries, but coming into this senior year, looking at your own game over the off season, where have you seen yourself grow as an individual?
Honestly, I feel like I've improved shooting-wise, especially mid-range shots. Yeah. That's where I wanted to focus on a lot during the offseason. I think it's grown where I wanted it to.
And it felt like, especially maybe the second half of the year, that you know, maybe not always finished, but you could get to where you wanted to go at different points with the ball in your hands, able to increase that mid-range. Beyond that, being able to take the ball out of your hands more with Amara being healthy, coming back, how excited you are to be able to play at different points on offense, not just to have the ball in your hands the whole time?
I'm very excited. I mean, It's nice to have a true point guard this year and not like having to rely on me or Kinsley or Morgan to bring it up. So having Amara back it's very fun. And, I mean, honestly, the whole team is going to move a lot better, and we're all going to work a lot better together with a true point guard.
Georgia, you look at yourself, you know, coming into the off season, always laughing, smile on your face. You have the quickest decision-making if you're going to go to the basket on a shot that I've ever seen. You go in one fluid motion. But going into your senior year, what are you most looking forward to?
I'm just looking forward to enjoying one last season with everybody.
Yeah.
And no matter what, it's going to be a lot of fun with everybody.
So I said something on a broadcast the first half of your sophomore year, and now you guys have to make sure it happens because otherwise I'll look like a liar. As I said, by their senior year, I think they will compete for the Iowa Alliance Conference title. I thought, just looking at you guys, Millie, if I'm not going to be a liar, what do you think you have to do as a team to be able to compete, take that next step to be able to compete in the Iowa Alliance North Side for that title?
I mean, obviously win.
Yeah,
but
yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
But also work together, work hard every day in practice, go 100%, even if you don't feel 100% is a very big thing that I'm trying to work on this year, and I think the team is trying to work on that as well.
So, Georgia, for you, when you're watching or in off-season playing basketball, who's somebody on the team that has really impressed you getting better and better?
Well, I definitely said Millie has gotten a lot better. Like, kind of last year is when it started, like she did attack, and then she's just balling out now.
And you're exactly right, though, is that aggressiveness, that different level of going from timidity to just owning it and going with it. As you look into coming up into this year, unfolding, what do you think the key is as a team? What's the one area that you maybe the team struggled with last year that you think you can get better at that will help you win?
I don't know.
Yeah. One thing I will say defensively, Georgia, you've always had both of you guys play. It's very unique to have the length that you have on the wings. But what would you say, I guess from defensively looking at where you guys may have gave up quite a few points off of turnovers. Millie, what do you need to do as a team to kind of cut that down to eliminate some of those unnecessary points given up?
I feel like handling the ball under pressure we struggled with a lot. So if we handle the ball more under pressure less turnovers will happen, and then we'll get more points out of it, and we'll eliminate the other team from scoring as much off of our turnovers.
All right, Georgia, what's more fun, a steal, a block, or a bucket?
Probably a block.
Yeah, that's you have that ability to block. That's what I thought you would say. Those are always great opportunities. I am looking forward to this. I'll be 6th year of covering Bobcat girls basketball. 66% of them are with you guys, so it'll be weird when you're not there anymore. But looking forward to the season. Thank you for the time. And when we come back, we will be with the girls wrestling coach, Isaiah Cox, here on Bobcat Live.
Go to AdletEngraving24.com. That's AdletEngraving24.com and grab your fall sports shirts. Adlet Engraving and Screen Print Company, 307 Riverside in Marshalltown. Go Cats!
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East Southridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
YMCC, competitive athletics, affordable tuition, on-campus living, online courses plus 2 campus locations, unique programs, career training, small classes, short-term hands-on training. Choose MCC.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live. Here I am with Coach Isaiah Cox to talk wrestling, and it feels wrestling is in the air. I was flying back from Montana yesterday. My connecting from Denver to Des Moines, I think I had 3 wrestling teams on there because they've got nationals in Des Moines right now. So wrestling is everywhere.
Yes.
And you've got 1 football game left, but I know you're already getting on the mats and getting ready.
Yep.
Year 2 as a women's wrestling coach. Yes, sir. How are you doing with it? You pretty excited for this crop?
Man, I've been waiting since freaking last February.
Yeah.
Man, we got a good group coming back. We graduated 4 seniors last year. We had sign-ups yesterday. We had 43 girls there.
Oh, my goodness.
We also have a shared agreement with GMG this year, so they bringing a couple of girls over. So, man, it's going to be good. I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah, and you're building off some. We had our first state qualifier with Gigi 2 years ago. Last year, a couple more qualifiers.
Yeah.
Nice thing they're coming back.
Yes.
When you're looking at this room, and 43 girls, it is crazy. Wrestling is just grabbing a hold.
Yes.
How does your coach brain go from this is awesome to, oh my goodness, what do I do with 45 people, to now having a plan and a purpose for each weight class and a maturation of this team?
Man, we just, me and the other coaches, we've been working at this, planning this. I got to give a lot of credit to Brett Cummings. He's our middle school coach.
Okay.
And, man, he did some recruiting, and these girls, those freshman girls, they love it. They love it. They want to compete. They're very, competitive, and it's been going on. This off-season stuff we've been doing, weightlifting, girls getting stronger. Like, I'm really excited, man. I really am.
Yeah, and one of those, we're looking at just from Nevaeh Gonzalez along with Olivia Wise, who we'll hear from here in a little bit. Yeah. Having those 2 state qualifiers back, and maybe a little surprising, of coming back already. Mm-hmm. How has that motivated the entire team and themselves to really step up their game this year?
Man, I just think the girls are starting to feel and trust everything, trust the process. Like, you have new girls coming in, and they're like, oh, Olivia and Nevaeh made it to state on their first year trying. Right. Let me try it, So those girls are awesome. They've been awesome for the front, being in the front row, in the front of it, and they've just been, they're recruiting. Yeah, they're keep on going out and getting other girls. So that's all you ask for as a coach, man. They're doing their job, and I'm doing mine on my end. So.
And women's wrestling intrigues me a little bit. Yes, it's a newer varsity sport, not meaning that girls haven't wrestled at different levels. There's been mat cats or whatever they call it now. That's what they called it way back in my day. But how do you see with this new sport coming in that girls think it's a possibility? As a coach, it feels like on the boys' side of wrestling, you kind of know who your dudes are coming into high school because you've been tracking them. With girls, you're seeing some first-time wrestlers with some raw gifts. What are you looking for in these young ladies to say, hey, they may have it to be able to grow and really become an exceptional wrestler?
I remember talking to Olivia Wise when I first moved to Marshalltown, and, she was dead set. She was going to play basketball, and sorry, Coach Murphy, if you're still here.
He stepped out. He was so furious. He already stepped out.
She was so dead set on playing basketball, and I told her, man, like, hey, like, just her mindset, I knew. I was like, hey, if you come and be, you come to wrestling, you're going to go to state. And she was like, what? I was like, you're going to go to state. And, man, sure in the heck, she went to state last year, and it was awesome.
I would have been surprised to see Olivia be able to get off a wrestling mat just with the family she comes from. But, not only did she go to state, first regional winner as well. Yeah. So when you're looking at this year, it's 2 years in. You go from, wow, this is exciting and new, to now we're building a program, and this is expectations and where we're going. Yeah. How do you make that transition as a coach from starting something new, exciting, test it, to now, no, this is how we work, this is where we're going?
Well, so last year, we kind of eased into things because, I was new. Yep. I needed to gain their trust. I needed to show them that, hey, you guys, I know what's going on. I know how to get us from point A to point B. Right. And this year I feel like a lot of the girls who were there last year, they know the expectations. They know what we want to do. So, I'm looking forward to them being leaders now, and they're taking those freshman girls and bringing them under their wing and, showing them the ropes. And they're already starting to do that, man, and it's awesome, and I love it.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to with the unified strength training and things is to get the leadership that's in your room permeating into different sports. I think that's going to be one of the strengths, is because there are great leaders across these student athletes, and a lot of them are in your room on your team. Yes. So a couple questions left for you. One, just because Coach Cross couldn't make it tonight because he has his own full room here. So looking back, Xavier was so close. We were at Ankeny Centennial calling the district girls game, and we were watching Xavier here. The scorers table had it going and this was post game. Megan, I wasn't watching it during the game, I promise. But there was like two different things watching and him to come so close, and Nick, and of course Coach's son Colby Cross. Getting there. How's the summer look for them? I know Nick's been everywhere doing really well, but looking into the boys' season as well.
Man, they've been doing they lost a couple of seniors, but they got a couple of new weapons, new, that they are ready to go. You have, Nick, that's, ranked number 2 at 144. You have Dalton Zinacek. He's ranked number 12 at 190. You got Nicholas Millian coming back. You got Derek. Some of these guys that, last year it might not end it well, but they just worked their butt off all season, and it's just now showing, so.
Yeah, and so far for you as a coach in short time here, what is right now the memory, your favorite memory that you've had coaching your girls?
I would say watching Olivia going to state, when she first, realized hey, I'm going to state. Her face was priceless. So
that's awesome.
That was the first time I was like, man, I love coaching.
Yeah.
That was probably that time right there.
That's awesome. And we're going to have Olivia on, but also going to have Addison Lovelace.
Yes.
We've talked a little bit about Olivia. For Bobcat fans that maybe haven't seen Addison wrestle, what's something that you'd like to say about her as a wrestler, but maybe even as a young lady as well?
I would just say she is a lady. She's a young lady that's this off season. She lived in the weight room. She was at all the open mats. She was just doing things like no other. Yeah. And I asked her, I was like, so what's for this season, And she was like, this is my season of no regrets. Yep. I was like, heck yeah, girl. Yeah. So she's here. She has a plan, and I'm very excited to see what she brings to the table this year.
And that would get any coach excited. Yes. If you have people living in a weight room, no regrets, that's a way to treat a senior year for sure. Well, thank you very much, Coach Cox. When we come back, we will have Addison Lovelace and Olivia Wise here on Bobcat Live.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun. From preschool to graduation day, Marshalltown Community School District prepares students for success in a global world. Embrace the lead with curriculum that prepares students for tomorrow's challenges, giving your child unmatched college and career advantages. Embrace the lead by developing talents beyond the classroom through extracurricular opportunities and by focusing on student well-being and whole child development. Create a global learning community right here in Marshalltown. Learn more at marshalltown.k12.ia.us.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live. We have Addison Lovelace and Olivia Wise. Coach Cox already said the moment he saw your face realize when you had made state, he saw it from the outside. What was going on inside of the face when you realized that you were going to state?
Well, it took me a minute because I had a 4-man bracket, and then one girl had gotten injured, so me and my mom did the math, and it was like, I'm going to state no matter what. If I win my next match or lose, I'm going no matter what.
And how did it feel to go from that place when the young lady that was injured, I believe you were ranked one spot in front of her this year. I believe she's 9, you are 8. Going down for state and competing at the highest level, what do you think that taught you to be ready for your sophomore year?
It taught me that you can't just you have to live in the moment and not focus on all the lights, and you just have to go do business and get it done.
And then Addison, Coach already says, living in the weight room,
yes,
focus, no regrets. What's really motivated you to treat this senior year as like, I'm going for broke on this?
This is my last chance. I mean, I really can't have another chance.
Yeah.
I have to put in my all. Weights, running, open mat. That's what matters.
And when you were motivating yourself over the summer, was there a particular individual goal you had for this next year? Is it to punch your ticket to state? Is it just to like literally lay it out on the mat and do the best that I can? Do you have a specific goal?
I'm just putting it all out there. I have nothing else to give. This is my last year.
And so with that senior leadership, and you have that, what is your goal for the Bobcat team as a whole this year?
My goal for the team is honestly just I want us to succeed, and we all need to put our all onto the mat. That's really what matters.
And when were you introduced to wrestling as a sport?
My sophomore year.
Okay.
Remember Gigi?
Yes, very much so.
She was pretty much just like, you need to try it.
Yeah.
Try it. Go to one practice, and then you'll love it. And then I went to one practice, and I was like, she's like, go to another. I was like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my goodness, I love this.
Yeah.
It's my sport.
Well, I remember talking to Gigi right after she had made state 2 years ago, and I asked her the question, how does it feel to be someone that will inspire people to do things? Because you are the first. You can't overlook the person who made the way, and she was doing it even before she made state. She just grabbed you before that and said, come and try it out. Now, Olivia, you've made state.
Yes.
What is your goal? And now you had no expectations from the outside last year coming into the season. Now it's fun to have a number next to your name, but it also makes sure that people know who you are.
Yeah.
So what's your goal this year?
To get better, to learn more technique, and to also help the underclassmen that are just trying it to learn stuff and to get them better, so to prepare them for regionals.
And you going into, is state still like the thing that is I'm going to make it back down?
Yeah.
So team-wise for you, Olivia, when you look at this team, you look at the room that Coach Cox has talked about, 43, 45 young ladies. What does that mean to you to have that many young ladies going for the same purpose?
More chances to go to state. We have a lot of good sophomores coming back that saw me and Nevaeh go that won it. There's juniors that won it, and then Maddie and Addie for seniors that really won it.
And that's helpful that they rhyme. So if you have seniors that rhyme, that just makes it easier on everyone. Well, ladies, it's been a privilege to talk to you. I know it's going to be an exciting season to continue to follow you, and hopefully we're punching a couple more tickets to state. When we come back, we'll wrap it up here on Bobcat Live at Rosie's inside of Wayward.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown. With their extensive inventory, you're sure to make a winning selection when you shop McGregor's for your bedroom, living room, and dining room furnishings. McGregor's has the right play for every room in your home. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is proud to be your locally owned and operated furniture store since 1896 and very proud to support Bobcat Athletics again this season. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, open 7 days a week.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
Refinance your auto loan with Members First Community Credit Union. For a limited time, refinance your auto loan from another lender and receive 1% cash back up to $500. Scan the QR code to apply online. Call us or visit a Members First branch.
Welcome back into Bobcat Live as we wrap it up inside of Wayward. Football season is coming to an end tomorrow night as we broadcast Marshalltown and Dowling. It is senior night. If you can't get out to senior night, please watch. Pregame starts at 6. Kickoff will be at 7 on KFJB-TV. I do want to give a shout-out to junior Kate Sandvik. She just signed on to play at the state university that I'm going to mention, and I don't like it, but she will be playing for the Iowa State Cyclones, playing softball for her. No, there's years and years of hard work doing that, so congrats, Kate, on that. She, of course, couldn't be here because Marshalltown playing Ankeny in volleyball. They won against Lincoln. First win in district. They were able to host it, win. And that broadcast will actually be on KFJB-TV. And this is the way you do it. When we're done with Bobcat Live here in about 10 seconds, you end this, go to the KFJB-TV YouTube page, click on live, and that volleyball live broadcast will be happening. Brandon will have the call there. So here in about 5, 4, 3, you can click over to there because this has been Bobcat Live from Rosie's inside of Wayward.